Hi, Maggie.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Pretty good. So the film is fantastic. And it got me thinking, a few years ago, I had the privilege of working on a film set with my mom for a big movie, and it was a great bonding experience. And I was curious for both of you, what was it like kind of exploring a different, part of your father-daughter relationship as colleagues and peers on the film set?
We had a great time. It was a kind of an amazing experience for a lot of reasons. I mean, we keep saying it, but I think being able to spend that much time with your dad as an adult is really special and nice. There was a lot of family in this movie. Jake Weary, who's in it, his mom Kim is the tow truck driver, and so it was just kind of amazing to have that time, I think, for all of us. And
Esther
also,
was in it a little bit at the end. Just Esther
yeah,
came for a wee
Bill's
bit.
sister Esther came. That's right. So it was a genuinely such a great time, and I also think I got to acting with my dad. I think I got to really appreciate um, his acting and what he does on a different scale.
Mhm.
And you?
I think it's true. Like over your childhood, you would come and visit now and again, but we always tried to keep that, sort of term. It didn't spend like you didn't grow up on film sets or anything like that. You'd visit now and again, but it was so to actually I got to see you as a producer. I got to see you as an actor, like up close, and was incredibly proud of that side of your work, which of course I'd seen everything that Clara had done, but was super impressed playing those scenes with her. But also got to see her as a producer and as the sort of creator of this whole thing in the first place, and how she was with the crew and how she carried herself. And I was like really proud and impressed by that side of you. And then Clara got to see me working, which is a way, just a different, just in a whole day's shoot, but over several weeks, that's just not something that you get a chance, that we hadn't seen those sides of each other, I suppose, really.
Especially on a film set. I mean, you're there for so many hours, and it's like a very
Yeah.
different experience than, being with a parent at home or something like that.
I got to see what a diva he really is.
Yeah.
Clara, for you, this, you obviously, have the story by credit, you're a producer, you're in this film as well, like as the lead. What do you think that this has taught you in preparation for where your career is going? Because this is a lot kind of very early on and like getting to experience all these different things. A lot of people wait, decades to become a producer on a film.
Yeah, well, I think starting my production company with Vera Bulder, my producing partner, was amazing. I think as an actor, so much of your job is showing up and doing the acting part and then leaving. And there's so much that goes on before and after that and behind the scenes. So for me, being able to get my hands in there a little more and be involved in more of the process was something that was really important to me. I think that, Vera and I have a lot of goals for what kinds of projects we want to put out there and that kind of thing. And I think also, we're in a time when it's important to start making your own things in one way or another and being proactive in that way, as opposed to waiting for the phone to ring. And so this was an amazing project to kick it off with. It was very fun. And we were also very fortunate in this situation. We got to attach my dad, which was amazing, and also was made our job as producers a lot easier because, that definitely, helps getting a movie made. And that being said, I think what we got to learn was amazing and definitely made us stronger producers and with a stronger understanding of how to get it done. And we're going to get into a lot more stuff. It'll be good.
Can I ask what some of those goals are? Because I'm always so excited to meet like other female like filmmakers and creatives that are, really filling the space with such touching, poignant stories like Bleeding Love.
So our next project, that's something that we've actually been working on for a minute now, which is really exciting, is a project called Goddess. We got the rights to this book, which is a true story about a woman who grew up in Versailles in France in the 17th century and was a sword-fighting, bisexual, cross-dressing opera singer who was pardoned by the King of France 3 times and lived on the run and broke her girlfriend out of a nunnery and burnt it to
Yes.
this incredible story that my producing partner Vera, she kind of dug it up online. There's not a whole lot out there about her, and we managed to get the rights to a book that's written by an amazing historian who's actually one of the few who spent time with that person researching her. So I think we love finding stories like that that are kind of, hidden or deserve to be told and stuff. So that one's something that we're really excited about that we're developing out of Europe right now.
That makes me so happy. My background is actually in history, and like my best friend is also a historian, and we talk about that figure in history so much and how it is a shame that no one has made a movie about her. So
Oh, well.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, she's such a Joan of Arc kind of figure. It's something that is, crazy that a story like that wouldn't be told. And also it seems so, I mean, it's a true story, but it seems so made for the screen. It's incredible. So
I'm very excited for that. Going back to Bleeding Love, I love the moment where you're both singing along to Leona Lewis's song. I love that is somehow a millennial experience, because I have memories of doing that with my mom. What was it like kind of borrowing little aspects of both of your like real lives to kind of flesh out these characters in some ways?
Yeah, that was a real period of time. The school run in the morning, Leona Lewis, she did a cover of the Snow Patrol song. Is it Run or Blue Car? I can't remember which one it was. She does a brilliant cover of that. And that was her songs like start small and they build to like huge crescendos at the end. And there was something just so fun but it was like those two songs would get us from the house to school, really. And when we were thinking of that, when Clara was thinking about that song, that was just the song that sprang to mind. What was it going to be that they sang together?
Definitely.
Message. We just did a TV show this morning where we got a message from her, and it was so nice. Yeah, it was a really special.
It was a full circle moment. It was great.
Yeah, amazing.
When you're writing, when you're creating something, we all kind of draw from these things, right? That these experiences that we have and stuff that we know, and so being able to filter some of that in was great. It's fun.
For the story itself, I was curious what kind of went into the decision to not have these characters have names. Was it meant to kind of allow them to be more relatable, more, applicable to other audience members, like relationships that they're own kind of exploring? I was curious about that.
If I remember correctly, I mean, Ruby and I think Emma and those ladies would probably answer it better. But I think it's just how we started, to be honest. I think we just were writing it down and I don't think anyone really had names when we were writing the script. I think there was something about anonymity, about AA that we kind of were pulling from in that sense of names not really mattering and not being shared. And yeah, I think it just, I don't know. It felt more natural to me that way in a way.
Did it help? Did it, I don't know, how does not having a name for a character, how does that kind of work for then the character building that you're doing as actors? Do you have a name in mind when you're playing with that character, or is it just kind of that archetype that you're playing with?
Well, I would just call him Dad in the movie. So for me, it was like, I didn't have to think much about it, like I would have just I wouldn't call him Ewan. So
yeah.
To me, on my very.
That's true. Yeah, I don't remember if there was ever a moment where I called you Clara in a take or anything. I don't think so. It didn't bother me. I didn't think about it very much, to be honest. When you're playing it, I probably should have had a, very well written backstory for my character, but I just felt like he was very close to me, so I allowed myself to just feel like I wasn't trying to stretch for anything, just to play him as more or less myself, really, I think.
I think it works, and I think you'll probably find people digging deeper into like the anonymity of those characters, and I think it works really well for what the film is, telling.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, Ewan, I did have a question for you about the film that you just got announced for this week. Absolutely insane to see the words dinosaurs in there. I'm very excited about that, and I know obviously you probably can't say much about it, but I did want to know, like, what was it? The dinosaurs that was the selling point? What drew you to that script?
Well, I don't know where they're getting dinosaurs from. That may or may not be the case, No, I like him very much, this film director, and I like very much the idea of working with Anne Hathaway. I've got a feeling that I think the two of us, as the parents of as parents will be. I'm trying not to say anything. Well,
I know.
I've just spoiled that part. We're both parents, and it's going to be fun, I think. And it's difficult to say any more about it without saying anything about it. You know what I mean?
I know. I just wanted to try. Honestly, a lot of people reported the Dinosaurs thing, so that's why I was like, wow, interesting. Yeah.
I think you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt that you read online at the moment. You know what I mean? Good
thinking. Yes. Well, thank you both so much. This was really a great conversation. And I'm really glad that the film is out for everyone to see now.
Great. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.